Thank you for joining us on the weekend edition of National Focus. I'm Lourianne Graham Carter. In the headlines, I can see clearly now Vision Project in second phase of screening, and OECS focuses on early childhood education reform strategy. Stay with us for the details of these and other stories after this.
When you think about it, food is life. That's why people come to Dominica. They don't only come for the waterfall or the scenery or the views, but it's the flavor. Sometimes it is just what they can taste. The flavors that we have here, you can't find anywhere in the world. They are truly unique. I've been in business 17 years, and I see so many guests come and go. My business is to put a smile on their face and something good in their belly. Everything we serve here is local. It comes from all over Dominica. So we get fresh lettuce, or vegetable, or fish from Saint-Sauveur, all our product from the farm. Sometimes go on the farm and help them pick. The uniqueness of the experience is in how authentic it is. I heard the taxi driver promoting my plantain chips. I said, that's the best plantain chips I ever have. I don't have to go and put on TV. Money is not everything, but leaving customer with a smile, friendly service, and they will come back. This is the real Dominica. I'm just proud to be a part of it. My name is Maurice Smith. They call me Rudy. Tourism is my business.
Thank you for staying with us. The health of Dominica's youth is a major priority for the Dominica Labour Party government. The I Can See Clearly Now Vision Project, a brainchild of the Honourable Prime Minister Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit, is another way in which care for the youth is manifested. Shaakira Pierre has more.
The I Can See Clearly Now Vision Project is currently in the second phase of screening. In 2012, a survey was conducted and results showed that 9% of students attending primary and secondary schools had vision problems. Following the survey, the government of Dominica decided to start the I Can See Clearly Vision Project, which is geared towards ensuring that students of all primary and secondary schools are screened and provided with medical attention when necessary. In this phase of the project, students who were pre-screened by family nurse practitioners in December and require further medical attention will see the Cuban health professionals. The Cuban health professionals have been in Dominica for 2 months. On Friday, officials of the Ministries of Health and Education, along with Cuba's ambassador to Dominica, His Excellency Juan Carlos Prometa de la Rosa, got a first-hand view of the Cuban medical professionals at work at the Petit Savan Primary School. Students of the Petit Savan, Roseau, and St. Martin's Primary School are scheduled to be screened. Honorable Minister for Health Dr. Kenneth Darrow spoke highly of this project, which he believes is a great initiative by government.
One of the key things of this particular project, I can see clearly now that needs to be pointed out, is all of this is being done at absolutely no cost to the family, to the students, to the family. And in fact, as Leslie rightly said, that the government is going to provide the first pair of spectacles free of charge to the family.
The Honorable Health Minister thanked the government of Cuba for their continued support in the enhancement of the health sector in Dominica.
But I really would like to thank the Cuban government and of course the representative, the Ambassador de la Rosa, because over the years they've continued to demonstrate to us that, as he rightly said, in spite of the challenges, that they continue to help reach out to Dominica.
Coordinator of the I Can See Clearly Now Vision Project, Joan Henry, gave a synopsis of the day's activities.
What you're going to be witnessing is what happens at the second day. The children are to view the screen, the charts say what they can see, and the doctors are going to be assessing at what level they are seeing or not seeing, and do what prescriptions and what intervention is needed.
Henry says that parents have been cooperative and the project is running smoothly.
On the whole, the program is going okay, and I'm really thanking God. If we can do the marathon well, we should be finished by the end of the school year with the assessment, but we'll have the reporting too.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Chandler Hyacinth, called on parents to support the program, which in turn will have a positive impact on the lives of their children.
We want to use this opportunity as well to encourage the parents to give us all the support that we need because what we're contributing will save them as we are screening and providing treatment, whether it's in the form of glasses or otherwise, for the children.
1,500 students have been recommended for the second phase of the project. For GIS News, Shaakira Pierre reporting.
Thank you, Shaakira. Today is OECS Day, and the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, OECS, is placing emphasis on reforming early childhood education. This was confirmed by the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Chandler Hyacinth, during the observance of OECS Day on Friday, 16th June.
The Ministry of Education is working to develop standards for little people 0 to 3 years. So we are involved in having standards for preschools and daycare centers. So among the OECS, we work together to provide those standards. So Ministry of Education is very much involved in the 0 to 3 year group of learners. And we hope that today's activity would be one that you can learn from.
The strategies for reforming early childhood education comes under the Educational Reform Strategy for the OECS. The major objectives of the strategies for the reform of early childhood education for children ages 3 to 5 years are to expand the offerings in early childhood education, to meet the demands throughout the sub-region, to strengthen the partnership between the private and public sector with a view to providing this level of education on a more equitable basis, and to improve the quality of the education offered. The Ministry of Education this year celebrated OECS Day with a short ceremony and exhibition at Laura's Daycare Center in Goodwill.
So our activities today is to help you to understand what the OECS is and what it means to us. It is a grouping which encourages unity. Yes, Dominica is part of it. Okay? And we come together to encourage movement of people among each other. We want to congratulate Laura's Daycare for taking the lead in organizing this activity here today. And the Ministry of Education lends its support to you and the other institutions which provide support to learners in that age group.
Business Development Officer of the OECS Export Development Unit, Sobers Esprit, is pleased that every year the focus remains on children in Dominica.
I think this is a great thing, because what it means is that from very early we are trying to give to our young people information about the value and the meaning of being part of the OECS. And so for us at the OECS Commission and our office here in Dominica, the OECS Competitive Business Unit, we are very happy that once again one of our daycare centers and preschool centers have come together to really celebrate OECS Day.
You're watching National Focus. More when we return.
I believe in the natural order of things. I believe in the harmony of things. You know, in everything we do, we have to keep it natural. I've been doing farming for now over a decade. My day is very hectic, but I make it light. You know, because I enjoy what I do. I enjoy producing the best quality goods, and to make sure that the people that receive it, they receive the best that they can ever get. Right from the farm, everything that I grow, I process them back into the farm, so that these same things that grow in the farm is what protects the farm. Tourism is my business. You know, it's not just dealing with the foreigners that come in, but it's preparing those things that when they come, they can feel and taste the difference in coming to this exotic island. And it starts with the farmer, because we provide the things that they eat, that they taste, that they drink. I believe in my heart that it's my responsibility to provide quality. My name is Tony Alves, and tourism is my business.
Welcome back. The investments of government into the small business sector are being recognized as a viable means for development of Dominica, specifically the second town of Portsmouth. This is coming from the Honorable MP for the constituency, GIS Dominica reports.
Honourable Member of Parliament for the Portsmouth constituency, Ian Douglas, is confident that the town of Portsmouth can be developed into a model town for the Eastern Caribbean. Honourable Douglas was speaking at the closing ceremony of a small business training in Portsmouth on Tuesday. The Honourable MP told the 140 participants that their small businesses should be pillars for economic development of Portsmouth.
Micro, small and medium-sized enterprises. This is what runs every economy in the world. The great economies of the world, like the United States of America, the United Kingdom, all of the great economies in Asia, like Malaysia and Singapore and China, these economies are underpinned by small businesses like you. It's not the big conglomerates that really hold an economy together. It's small businesses. And even in the Caribbean, in Dominica, in Portsmouth, it is our small businesses that must underpin our economy. That has to be the foundation for our economy.
Honourable Douglas believes there is opportunity for small businesses in Portsmouth to thrive and contribute to the town's development.
Portsmouth has every single thing we need to be one of the first-rate developing towns of the Eastern Caribbean. We have the ports. We have one of the best ports in the Eastern Caribbean. We have one of the best harbors in the Eastern, a sheltered harbor. Any boat can come into our. We have hotels that have been established here and even more to come. We have internationally branded hotels to come to Dominica right now. And even one of the sons of our soil, Alec Laurent, which is one of the most successful lawyers in Dominica, will be putting on an internationally branded hotel in the Coconut Beach area. We have the Kapinski that have just started and is moving on quite nicely thanks to the Citizenship by Investment Funds. And we have the Moroccan Hotel, which is nearing completion. So every single business idea that you can think of can be successful in the Portsmouth area.
The Honourable Portsmouth MP also shared some of his visions for the northern town.
We have one of our most successful captains in Portsmouth, born and bred and raised from Portsmouth, who has the only ferry service up and running now, Captain Neville Wade. So we can use Captain Neville Wade. And it is my vision that that ferry will come back to Dominica and be established in Dominica and run to Martinique and Guadeloupe, especially Guadeloupe, so that every Friday night we can have at least 200 to 300, maybe even 400 French people in Portsmouth spending their euros in the businesses that will be established.
Honourable Douglas encouraged the small business owners to harness the potential for development of their constituency. He highlighted that government is investing heavily into small businesses in that area.
We have tremendous potential in Portsmouth. We just have to harness our potential. And the government right now is putting actual large monies behind your ideas. Each and every one of you, I want to assure you, will be given support. It mightn't come tomorrow, but I can tell you, will be given support. So
Government, through the Ministry of Commerce, Enterprise and Small Business Development, recently made available $500,000 to the Portsmouth Town Council for assisting entrepreneurs. Reporting for GIS News, I'm Priska Julian.
And finally, this news time, students of the Roseau Primary marched through the community of Bafa State on Friday, chanting songs which demonstrated their love for literacy and reading. GIS St. Louis has more.
The march formed part of the school's annual literacy drive, which sought to promote a better understanding of literacy by students. In an interview with GIS News, the school's literacy coordinator, Cyril Ansel, said this year's theme is holistic literacy.
At our school, we have a literacy team. It's 4 of us. It's myself, Mrs. Ansem, Mrs. Panthe, there's Ms. Hansby, and we have our VPA teacher who coordinates all the props for us. So every year we celebrate literacy, and this year our theme was holistic literacy, meaning we are looking at the whole of literacy, because back then literacy was just, are you able to read? Are you able to write? But today it's a whole new ball game. We have literacy being viewing, literacy being critiquing, being able to interpret what you see, what you hear, and also we have literacy being digital literacy, which is the most modern one, where you need to be able to use the computer, you need to be able to use social platforms, you need to be able to navigate the internet, and it's so much more than just being able to just read and write.
Anselm commented that this year's theme, holistic literacy, prompted the school to take their message to their community.
We wanted to sensitize the kids, the students, about literacy and how it's an ongoing process, because you notice that we are saying literacy, holistic literacy, then and now the journey continues. We wanted to do it in our environment, maybe on our courtyard, but then it was suggested that we take it to the community. We take it to the community so that they too can be sensitized as to the importance of literacy and how it impacts us.
She recapped some of the other activities held by the school, which included a presentation by Cultural Officer Gregory Rabes.
Earlier on, we had Mr. Rabes. When we opened, we had Mr. Rabes who came in and he was speaking to them even about oral literacy. Like when there were no schools, people usually transferred information by word of mouth, and then they were forced to send their children to school. That's how schools came about. And then he told them about the different literacies, even to do with languages. Because when he opened with Mabrika, and all of the students were so impressed with that part of the Kalinago heritage. He also spoke to them a little bit in Spanish, a little bit in French. So they got a whole, I would say, a complete or holistic view of what literacy is all about.
Every Monday and a Wednesday, the Rosa Primary will continue to focus on literacy. For GIS News, Kadisha St. Louis.
Thank you, Kadisha. Shaakira Pierre is next with Flashback.
Welcome to this week's edition of Flashback. In the headlines this week, Honorable Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit has assured the country that all the funds needed to construct the National Multipurpose Sports Complex has already been secured. $5 million donated by the government of Mexico in 2015 was the original amount secured as a commitment to build the complex. However, these funds were rediverted to resettle those affected by Tropical Storm Erica. Now, 2 years later, the Honorable Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit, says government is prepared to spend the over $40 million required to build the complex. Also this week, members of the Queen's Baton Relay team are currently in Dominica as part of the relay around the world ahead of the 2018 Commonwealth Games. The baton carries a message from the head of the Commonwealth, Queen Elizabeth II, which will be read by the Queen or her representative to officially open the Games. As the Dominica Labour Party administration continues with its policy to build back better post-Tropical Storm Erica, contracts amounting to $7.5 million were signed on Monday for the rehabilitation and reconstruction of two major roads in Layu and Loda. The contracts were signed by Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Public Works, Dennis Edwards, and Francis Emmanuel of contracting firm Offshore Civil and Marine Incorporated. The contract for Layu was signed for over $5.7 million for the rehabilitation of the highway and river defense wall west of the Hillsborough Bridge located to the north bank of the Layu River. On Monday, a welcome reception was held at the State House Conference Room to host Cohort 10 of the Caribbean Leadership Project Leadership Development Program. The Caribbean Leadership Project is an initiative geared to strengthen the capacity of future leaders in the Caribbean so that they are equipped to contribute more effectively to regional integration and economic growth and support gender-sensitive public sector reform. The training will run from the 12th to the 16th of June at the Fort Young Hotel. 7 contractors from the Soufriere constituency have been awarded contracts by the government of Dominica to reconstruct roads in Soufriere and Scots Head. At a signing ceremony on Tuesday at the Soufriere Village Council office, Honorable Parliamentary Representative for the Soufriere constituency, Dennis Charles, revealed that the projects will be completed at a total cost of over $500,000. In Scott's Head, the government will reconstruct 5 roads, 4 at Savin Heights and 1 in Grand Ravine. These were some of the headline stories making the news this week. For details of each of these stories and others, visit our website or Facebook page. Back to you, Lourianne.
Thanks, Shaakira. And now for the Creole highlights.
Bienvenue à ce nouvel Creole. Moi, c'est Shaakira Pierre. Ministre Éducation, Honorable Peter Serja, le programme m'a d'écouter et puis apprendre pour place à toute l'école à Dominique. J'ai dit une cérémonie pour place en Public Service Union Building là, 5 l'écoles te ka mouchoué ça yo te apprendre pendant programme là te ka pour place à l'école yo. Ministre Éducation ka collaboré et puis institution régionale pour faire programme ça là possible.
Naturellement, nous croyons que ça sont bon programme et nous on doit continuer le programme là. So actuellement, nous avons gardé pour différents business en société pour aider nous, pour ça nous avons dit partenaires et puis nous, pour aider nous, pour mener le programme ça là en différentes écoles. Nous avons mis le programme là en 5 et 5 ça c'est 10 l'école. Et nous avons une vision pour nous faire en toute l'école, mais nous avons créé en sous même communauté pour aider nous, puisque réellement, si nous, les enfants, nous, actuellement, pas qu'à consommer alcool, il faut aider ces business-là. Il y a une responsabilité pour aider nous, mais oui, nous voulons faire différent toutes ces écoles-là en Dominique.
Programme I Can See Clearly Now en deuxième phase. I Can See Clearly, c'est un programme gouvernement là, c'est pour aider les étudiants qui pas qu'à voir bien et puis yo ke ba yo lunettes. Vendredi, étudiants qui te ja voir nos et puis ni plus problème que voir Dr. Hod Cuba. Étudiants de l'école primaire Roseau, Petite Savane et puis Saint-Martin que voir docteur. Ministre Santé Honorable Dr. Kenneth Darrow bien plaisir pour voir programme ça là, oui phase ça là.
Mais nous sommes contents que nous avons actuellement un programme dans full swing. Et nous espérons que le programme ça qui finit au mois de juillet dans ça là. C'est ça nous avons fait, nous avons fait ça nous avons avancé docteur Cuban dans Wive. Déjà nous déjà fait ça nous avons premier one screening. Là nous c'est family nurse practitioners et nous aussi contract qui retire pour aider nous. Et bien, ils screen toutes les enfants de l'école, primary et secondaire. Nous avons parlé contre presque 13 000 enfants. So, nous tenons pour screen tout le monde. So, après cette screening ça là, nous identifions ces enfants qui ont actuellement besoin plus attention. So, c'est ça que nous avons fait actuellement. Et bien, c'est qui va venir, nous avons ici 6 d'eux, 3 ophtalmologistes et 3 optométristes. Et bien, il y a actuellement gardé contre les enfants. Ça.
Et puis finalement, jeudi 16 juin, c'est journée OECS. Tous les années, pour journée OECS, l'école a organisé activités pour journée ça. L'année ça, activité était en place en Lawrence Daycare pour faire ces petits enfants là taper opportunité là pour taper information contre OECS là. Nouvel gouvernement parle et puis officier développement business pour OECS là, Sobers Esprit.
Nous avons célébré la journée OECS. Ce qui fait tous les années, c'est différentes écoles, preschool, les daycare center, ils ont venu ensemble pour faire une activité pour faire anniversaire de OECS. Ce n'est pas nous qui avons sélectionné l'école là, c'est eux-mêmes qui ont décidé qu'ils allaient faire une activité. Donc ils ont décidé pour faire activité là dans les salles et puis ils ont invité nous pour nous travailler pour faire cette qui nous mener information à ces OECS là pour ces petits jeunes là.
Ça c'est tout pour Nouvelle Creole. Non, mais c'est Shaakira Pierre. New York weekend. Over.
Coming up next, tips on hurricane preparedness. One of the things that may happen with the passage of a hurricane or storm is that the water system may become damaged or tainted. Here are a few tips to ensure that you and your family will have enough fresh drinking water until reparations have been done. You need 5 gallons for each person in your home to cover the 72 hours or 3 days you could be without water. You may be without air conditioning and the heat could make you want more water. Clean all bottles before using them to store water. Use a solution of a gallon of water and a tablespoon of unscented household bleach and rinse well before filling. Bottled water is okay, but remember to stock up early. It's one of the first things to go in a pre-hurricane rush. These simple suggestions could keep you hydrated during and after a hurricane. That's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. Live streaming is also available on our YouTube channel 24 hours a day. From all of us here on the GIS News Production team, I'm Lourianne Graham Carter. Thanks for watching and have a great weekend.